And welcome everyone to another edition of Orlando Magic Pod Squad. Dante Marcatelli, George Galante, Jake Chapman, and kind enough to join us, Jalen Suggs in studio. I'm excited about this, Jay, because every time I talk to Jalen, I learn something. I learn something. He's very cerebral. He gives me some insight. I learn nothing talking to Keisha. It's been that way for so long.
Likewise, man. People see now.
It's a two-way street.
That's both ways.
So I'm excited about this. Good to see you, Jalen. How's everything going with you, especially around the holidays?
Yeah, I appreciate it as well. Happy to be home. Looking at the schedule, seeing nothing but at Orlando to finish out December is beautiful. Ton of family coming into town. Really getting ready to celebrate the holidays, around loved ones, and looking forward to it.
Okay, so I got to ask you this: we're the ones that have to do all the shopping. We got to put the decorations up. What is your holiday routine? Do you have to put lights up? Do you buy the presents? What's your routine?
He buys the presents now. I'll tell you that.
I do buy the presents now. Definitely. Last Christmas was the first one. I was like, okay, I'm no longer the gift receiver. I got a gift giver.
Yes.
But nah, we just all the ladies be holding it down. We all go over to my parents' house. Have a big Christmas over there. Kids running around, jumping in the pool. Adults chilling in the backyard and whatnot. So we always have a pretty good setup over there.
That's funny you said that because we've been on the road, it seems like since training camp.
Yeah.
And my wife looked at me and she said, I think we had a 12-hour window. She's like, we got to go get the tree. Like right now. I'm like, we're going to get it right now. All right. That seems good. What does it feel like? I mean, we talked about it on the way into the studio, knowing that the rest of the month we're going to be at the Kia Center where we've been pretty good. And you don't have to get on an airplane for about 2.5 weeks.
No, it's great, honestly. Not to discredit it at all, but traveling is so tough. I think it's one of the hardest parts about the league, honestly. Adjusting to the lifestyle and basketball itself is difficult, but traveling and having to play a game and then take a flight, you get in, to wherever you get into, whether it's home or another city, at 2 a.m., now your routine is off. You kind of got to find a way, to find some sleep, find some hours of rest, yet still be prepared and ready to go, by that next day. This never really is truly, a day off. You're always doing something. So just to be here, have the comfortability of being at home with your own car and your own bed, around your own people for the rest of the month is huge, especially in a time when P and Franz are still out, getting ready to come back and doing their preparations. To have this time at home to really lock in and get ready for this stretch run is great.
What's the practice time going to be? Because obviously a lot of adjustments right now with the Franz injury, like a week, one game over 8 days, get in the lab a little bit. How key is that going to be?
Oh, it's important, man. You should be back in here and able to clean up some details. So much of it was just talking through things, watching film and trying to fix and correct things there. It's different. We can get on the court and actually get a feel for some of this stuff. Mess up, coverage or something that we were going over in real time, and then be able to talk about it, adjust it, and then apply it, to how we want to move going forward. But this practice time is going to be great. I think we really take full advantage of it. Come in, have fun, enjoy being home, really take the energy that it brings us and gives us. It's going to be a great end to the month, going to a great Christmas.
Well, it's interesting, guys. The last 5 games in the NBA, the leading scorer in the fourth quarter is this guy. More fourth quarter points than anybody in the entire NBA the last 5 games.
You did research.
That predates.
Are we okay? Are you
That predates. I made it up on the fly, so you have to fact check it.
That's true. I was second. I'm second.
No, it's true. It is true. I did fact check it. It is true. Obviously, the last 2 games is a big part of that, and you didn't have Franz, so you had to step up. But this predates the Franz injury. This goes back 5 games, and if you go back 6 games, you're just 1 point behind whoever's first there.
That's why we stopped at 5.
That's why we stopped at 5. Yeah, exactly. But I gotta wonder, as an NBA player, you don't want anybody to be hurt. You never want a teammate to be hurt. But does every NBA player wonder, if I have to be the guy, could I do it? And you've done it. Do you have that thought process? And you got to be impressed with what you've done with Franz and Paolo both out.
No, absolutely. I think it's in the back of everybody's mind.
Sure.
I'm saying even guys who are playing, when Fee and Franz and those guys are in, I know thoughts are going on in their head, about how to approach the night, and that
right.
Their workload's going to be heavy. Things they need to do to not only play a great game but to get a win at the end of the day. So yeah, it's natural. I definitely had those thoughts. He used to be in that position a ton, kind of before I got here. And then, again, I really loved how the league humbled me. It really brought me back down to earth, allowed me to kind of regrow myself as a basketball player. I got into the pinnacle And I got to strip my game down, really rebuild it back up for the person and player that I wanted to be, And so it's really cool how it's all come together in perfect timing, not live timing, but perfect timing. And, now it's to the point where getting in 4 quarters, I was just telling one T earlier today, how it feels good, getting that competitiveness back of coming down the stretch, knowing that I'm going to have a ball. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be the score, but just knowing that the ball is in my hands.
See, not everybody wants that, guys, but you want that.
Yeah, I love that.
You're not afraid of that.
You love that. I think it brings the best out of you, good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Regardless, it brings the best out of you, and you're able to learn from it, take it, and grow. And when they lead to wins, like the Phoenix game, I don't think it gets much better than that. When the competitiveness is at all-time high, you're able to close the game out, get a win, come back in, and then celebrate with your teammates. It's a really great feeling. So it felt good this past couple of weeks.
I was going to ask you what your favorite memory of the season so far is. I think you just answered it, but go back to when you said the game has humbled you and you had to strip it down. You have to have people that are there to tell you, because the three of us could tell you that's probably happened to 98% of the league. Right. That's part of like becoming a pro. Like who was there most for you when you were in that time frame?
My mom and my dad were huge for me, honestly, especially when there were struggles going on. I really was struggling navigating it and trying to find a way. Being able to go to them and just kind of release everything. They've known me my entire life. They knew exactly what was going on, but it really took me going and opening up and asking for the help and then receiving the help, to really start to take strides and realize the growth, because it really is hard, man. Like, you come into the league and everybody who's gotten here has pretty much been the guy wherever they've come from, right? College, maybe, for the most part, a lot of them, but definitely high school. You're coming in, you're playing the minutes, you're the guy. In school, you know what I'm saying? You're the one getting the looks and the shots. You have the ultimate green light. And playing basketball from that mindset, in my opinion, is so freeing. And I think it brings the best out of anybody. If you give anybody in this league the green lights, come in tomorrow night and say, here's the ball, make things and make plays happen for us, I think a lot of the guys can do it. And you look at how Alfred Payton came back in, had a great game. He dropped 20 assists, almost triple-double, you know what I'm saying? But he had the ball the whole game. He's able to feel the flow and play off of guys and naturally fall into that stuff. So, but I think, just, again, letting the game humble me and then being good enough and humble enough to then take the teaching that it was giving me, not try to fight it, not say, no, I am the guy. I'm not going to go to the corner. I'm not going to stand and watch these last 2 minutes and make defensive plays while these other two guys, Franz, Paolo, whoever's got to go in at the end of the night, to let them take the reins and run the offense at the end of the game. So, it's been dope. Seeing it come full circle now is really been cool.
Because that's important, right, too? Like, you have to realize that, like, yeah, okay, like, I am, quote unquote, the man up until this point. Now there's 449 other men.
Yeah.
So it's hard for some guys, and some guys don't get it. Or some guys it takes, 6 years to get it. And by that time, it may be too late. Like, the fact that you learned it pretty quickly, like, that's a testament to you and everybody else. Yeah. It's huge.
How much, you talk a lot about staying present. How much is sort of that mindset? Because it's really refreshing. It doesn't get any easier as you get older. There's distractions everywhere, right? Especially with young people. These things are market. How much has it been, okay, I can't change last game, I can't change last play, next play mentality, and just stay locked in the moment? How much has that helped you?
It's been huge. I think, again, basketball is becoming the sport again. Not so much of who I am, kind of stripping that from my personality has been great, along those lines. But just coming in and knowing that each game is its own has been really important for me. In the past, it was really hard for me to kind of separate and disassociate, from bad games, bad possessions, bad halves, whatever the case may be. Those things would linger, over time. It could continue to affect, future play, future interactions with people, and things like that. But I think the more that I've, come to really just be present, take it a moment, a play, a half, a quarter at a time, and kind of break the game down in segments, I'm able to move on from plays quicker than I was before, and things don't linger, to where I can come out and have a tough night in Philly where I had to end the game, and I really was disappointed in how I, maneuvered and handled that, a couple of the shots. So we're come back the next night, we're playing Phoenix at home, and now you're able to come back, apply the things, that you learned from watching the last game and in the moment, and then come back in the game, be able to close the game out, get a good win. That's a sign of growth in itself right there. And I think being present, being on my feet there's been a huge part of that. You know what I'm saying? Not letting past or previous things carry over into what I'm doing.
Just about Phoenix, I just want to say, that Phoenix one was incredible. That was a winner. That was one. I did my album.
Was that your?
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the dopest ones this year.
I mean, just
LA was great. The Phoenix.
LA was legendary. It was a great win.
that was a great win. And just so you know, don't beat yourself up because nobody ever leaves a game and says, boy, Jalen Suggs let us down tonight. The way you play it, as hard as you play, that's what everybody takes away from it. And you've had huge performances this year. What would your advice be to someone that is struggling to let go of those moments? Right? You have conversations with yourself throughout the game, reminders. What are you telling yourself to make sure you let go of a past play, past quarter, and come out and have these unbelievable finishes that you've been having?
People have been making fun of me, man, but the free throw line has really upped a ton.
Just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, right. Free throw line is up to
91.5%. It's working. Whatever you do is
but they're going in. Not only are they going in, but like just slowing down a bit. Like every time I step to the line, I'm telling myself, have fun, relax. I'm on a heater, stay hot. Really trying to breathe in good energy. Calm myself back down so that I can be present in that next possession. It's really hard, man, especially when you're high and got it going. Like, it doesn't always have to be bad. Sometimes a couple of 3, 4, 5 good possessions can get you too hot. You know what I'm saying? Now you come and try to make a hero play, a home run shot, you know what I'm saying? Throwing up when you could have just taken a swing, let the action come and find you on the backside. Now you get a good look. So really, I think breathing has been huge for me, and finding my breath work, talking to myself, really just telling myself that it's okay, speaking positivity, into myself during the game when, for the most part, negative things are going on and negative things are being said, it can be really easy to stick with those things. So I think the breath work to all the young ones out there and people hooping and struggling to find their way, if you can breathe, you can regulate your mind, you can regulate, your breath, your heart, and all that stuff will bring you back into center. And you got to find that on your own time.
We've caught the camera. Because we've caught, I don't know who it was. Somebody was giving you a little crap while you're at the free throw. You said, what, I can't breathe? We just said back. I said, whoever's talking smack to him better be shooting better than 91% at the free throw line because what he's doing, it's working.
That's right.
So the breath work is obviously a part of Arnie Kander's, I don't want to call it mystique because he has some Arnie, but it's like a mystique, right? I mean, this is the type of things Arnie does.
Yeah.
You've really gravitated towards everything Arnie says. It seems like you're just like, I'm all in. What has Arnie meant to you since he's come and the things he's done to work with you specifically?
Oh, yeah, it's meant a ton, honestly. Me and Arnie's relationship is so special. It's dope waking up, especially on the road, waking up in the mornings in a hotel room. You kind of get a bit lethargic, especially the last trip we were on, kind of some gray skies, cold weather. To go downstairs, have a good meal, get ready for practice, and, you get to fall into a deep conversation with Arnie, you know what I'm saying, about life. Rarely do we talk about basketball. It's always about life and what's going on, and it's great. How we're feeling, other than that. And I think I love that about him.
Have you seen what's inside Arnie's bag?
That.
Yeah, but it's a
sting.
It's a very. Sometimes I'll say Joel Glass, our chief communications officer, his shoulder was bothering him the other day. He just opens up. He had the bag on him because he always has the bag. Always. Opens it up and just goes, "Here, just take this." And Joel's like, "Well, what is that?" He goes, "No, don't worry about it. Just take it."
I bet he felt better.
8 hours later, before he's like, "Well, I can throw baseballs right there." Yachty stuff. Right.
So this is the Yachty stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for him to clap his hands and then just put his hand on it and like, they're healed. You're healed.
Well, it works. You have a better relationship. He just tells me at breakfast to lay off the bacon. Right. A little less bacon for you would be good. That's good. But it seems to be a great group, and it's a fun group. And I want to get your thoughts on this because you've made so many big plays. You've hit so many big shots this year. But I want to ask you about some of your teammates because you're always the first one to deflect. So as you think about these three, right? If this was other podcasts, they'd have rankings and cards and all that, but ours doesn't get that cut. So I'm just going to ask you cards right off the top, right top of your head. This is next time. Your pass to Goga Batadze, the Goga Batadze dunk on Giannis. Okay, so with that one, you have the Franz 3 in LA. Cole Anthony's chase down block on Devin Booker in feet.
Got to rank those.
Which you have a ton of those chase down blocks. But if you had to rank those three, how would you rank those three?
I think I'd put Franz's 3-1. That daggering the Bron and AD on the Lakers logo in crypto is one of the most legendary reads I've ever seen. That was pretty great. All but 35 feet. That was so nasty. So he's got to go 1 for sure. Goga 2. I wanted to react so bad in the game. That's kind of a long stretch we were, man. So I didn't have a yell. I just had a, oh my goodness. That's Goga number 2. And then Coach chase down block. Not to discredit or anything, because that was an amazing play. But I'll put that on there.
That's awesome. That's. I think that's the same. I have to do right there.
I think it ended up in a bucket.
Right. It did. Ended up in a.
It actually ended up in a 3. It would be
Yeah.
worse.
So-
Yeah. We lost the point. We lost hole.
We have to some hole. You know.
Someone told us in Brooklyn, we talked to the broadcasting, they described Goga as a guy that looks like he's playing with it while he's wearing a disguise. Is that
Master.
He's hiding
with
from
the hair
someone.
and the beard? It looks like you play with a disguise. How great has he been?
Oh, he's been amazing. He's actually been so amazing. And he's coming to every game. It really sets a tone defensively that really we all feed off of, that I feed off of, honestly, because he comes in, he's crashing the glass. He's going to get everything. Then you come down, and even if you get blown by, mistake, good move, whatever the case may be, you got Goga behind you. You know what I'm saying? So it really gives you the freedom, to get up there and guard and really be aggressive in some of these actions, knowing that he's behind us. And, then we can fly around and rotate out of there. But, and he's been so selfless, man. Because when he first started getting in a rotation, he wasn't really scoring that much. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting many looks like that. He's found a way to go to the offensive glass, to find his buckets, and then he's fell into a couple roles, couple pockets. I'm trying to get him to start shooting the 3. That'll be the last thing done, right? For both. And then we get Goga fully unleashed.
That'd be scary.
I like
Goga. Fine form Goga.
I'd watch that movie. It's the Georgian Beast.
The Georgian Bees.
Coach Mosley always talks about challenges being opportunities. Wendell's got the foot. Gova slides into the starting lineup. Wendell comes back. Now they're starting together. Paolo goes down. Franz slides into the primary. Now he's down. Now you're sliding into the primary spot. Long term, when everybody's back, you guys are going to be better for this. It's difficult probably to focus on that right now when you got a game coming up on Sunday. But get in the back of your head, right? Like come March, if we have everybody together, this thing could look pretty special.
No, absolutely. It's really felt weird. I don't even remember playing. These games go by so quick and you play so many. I don't even remember playing with some of the guys, to be honest, because we're in such a rhythm right now with who.
He's very present. That's called very present.
That's a great point.
But nah, they've been so engaged. When they were all out, when Wendell was out, he was still very much engaged in conversation. With all of us talking to the bigs, really interested in learning, so that when he got back, he could find a way not to get back to his form, but his thing was to fit the team. I want to come back. I want to be able to flow with y'all naturally. You know what I'm saying? He's come in, he put the work in. Now he's playing, and we're able to play with 2 bigs, which we couldn't do last year. We were able to play with them both in the lineup fluently and get to actions, play fast, and kind of get some good offense going, which I think is a testament, not only to what the coaches have put together, offensively for us, but on us, the players for executing, for being open and willing, different lineups, different matchups, to come out and just play basketball, play the right brand of hoop. So a lot of credit goes to him. But I think when we get everybody back, man, it's going to be super dope, because we've all really gotten an opportunity to gain confidence and gain momentum, these last couple of weeks, with those guys going out. Your hearts are with them. And it's not even selfishly, but your mindset has to be, here's an opportunity, not only for me, but for us, to grow, get better, step into new roles and different things, so that when guys come back, say we get to the playoff game and, they're doubling Franz, they're doubling Paolo every, I'm comfortable coming off a pick and roll. AB is comfortable in being the lead ball handler, letting other guys come up with pin downs and screens and get into their spots and whatnot. So I think in the short term, it is tough. We're going to continue finding ways to fight and win games. But when you look at long term, and where you want to play for April, May, in playoff series, this is going to set us up, I think, for really good things.
What has been inside you guys when you get to the Kia Center? There's something different about this team. Not that we don't play hard on the road, because we do. We're a bunch of dogs on the road. But when we set foot inside Kia Center, what is it? Like, is there something that you can feel that's different, or is it just being comfortable? Like, there's got to be something that is triggering this.
It's always been dope playing here, but I feel like last year it really set like a new tone for what we're gonna do here. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about winning at home early, and that's something that we really wanted to hold our hats on, and we did it early. And it was dope. Then we get to the playoffs, and that for me took it to another level. I'd never seen that building like that. We've had some lit nights in there, but last year in the playoffs, like the momentum and the energy, seriously, that the crowd was giving off, it was insane. It was insane, because you're going on runs. They could be on an 8-0 run and you get 1 bucket. And it feels like you're up. Yeah, you're up in the game, honestly. So I think we just really carried that into this year. And now I think the Kia got some of a swag about it. Like every fan that steps in the Kia like has a belief and understand like we're gonna win this game. You know, even when we've been down a couple of times at home, the Phoenix, we make 2 buckets. You know, the crowd is lit really back into the game, helping us feed into another run. So I think it's really cool that not only we are getting the swag at home, like we're not losing in this building, but the fans do also. You know what I'm saying? We're able to bounce off of each other and make things happen to where we're, you know, only undefeated team and they're still right.
What's that been like for you? Like for like guys like you and Franz. I wouldn't say Powell only because Powell only had the 1 year. So we, you know, the guys that were here 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, where maybe that wasn't the case here, and you know, it would be guys like me who would tell you like, hey, listen, like when we're good, this place can get wild, and everybody kind of looks at me like, yeah, okay, like, oh, all right. But now everybody's. Is it different for you guys that have seen the other side of the building and now to see what it's like now?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And you did say it. There are a lot of people that was saying it, you know, is waiting for the squad to kind of, you know, bring some life back to the city. You know, and that was my favorite part about it was not waiting for you guys to get good, you know, so we can come watch games and, you know, cheer and support, but waiting to bring life back to the city. You know, the people were waiting on it. You know, the energy was being built up over time. And I mean, we got here, you know, again, going back to it just because it's the most recent, but the Phoenix game, there would have been more KD and Book jerseys in there, you know what I'm saying? Right? He had done also air runs, you're hearing cheers and, you know, oohs and ahs on their buckets. Now, they don't get no oohs and ahs. Now, we could get a wide open layup, you know, and you're getting full cheers. You know, these guys are getting tough buckets, you know, and got to get back on defense, you know, and that's a part of the game. Like, all of that plays a factor. You know, even though it's small, it seems minute. It's not even anything physical that nobody on the court is doing, but that plays a factor, you know, in the game. So when you're getting tough buckets and you're getting no reaction out of it other than your own internal, you know, confidence and motivation going up, like that's tough. That makes a tough environment to play in. So, it's been dope, man. Seeing how it's shifted, you know, and the energy and the culture, the belief and the love. Oh, it's been so cool.
You got everyone in Central Florida praying for your obliques, by the way. You got every fan in Central Florida just making sure nothing happens to your oblique, by the way. Can we protect this man?
I don't even know what an oblique was.
A month ago. They tell a month ago.
It's already rubbed some on it.
Just make sure that thing is okay.
Get something out of that bag for the obliques. I mean, take all obliques at all times.
At all costs.
Yeah,
It's not how to spell it until a week ago.
got an IU in there.
But I think, and this is what we'll end on, Jalen, because I think this is what's, I think, very important to you, and I think it's important to everyone, etc. There's been everybody, Magic fans love everyone that comes through these doors, but there have been a few that have really connected with fans, and there is no fan that you talk to that doesn't have a giant smile on their face when they talk about this man, or leaving a game, man, Jalen Suggs. I mean, the connection that you have with fans is unbelievable. But the fact that everybody has a smile when they think of your name has got to mean a lot to you.
No, it means a ton. It means a ton, honestly. I've always loved interacting with crowds, interacting with my people, you know, especially at Mini High. It was super dope, you know, because I understood and I knew everybody, you know, that I was seeing at the game.
Sure.
You know, and that's a big part why now during the national anthem, you know, I do the same thing. I always look up and down the crowd. I love to see the faces that come into the building. You know, I love to see the faces of the people who are cheering us on, who are giving us support and helping us win games, honestly. You know, I see the guys every day. Hey, we spend enough time around each other. Now, I want to get to know some of the people who are, you know, really supporting us, you know, and you could do a lot of great things as you could have the best team ever, you know, but if you have an arena full of people who have no interest, you know, in cheering for you, have no reason to cheer for you and love you, you know, then you really can't expect that out of them. So really just trying to reciprocate, man, and give, you know, to the people in this city, because they've done so much for me. They didn't have to stand by me. You know, they could have said a lot of negative things. They could have thrown me to the side, you know, because of play and performance and all that, understandable. You know, but everybody stood by me. Everybody has stood by us, you know, throughout this whole process, rebuild, whatever you want to call it. You know, everybody has been there, and now you ever see the love being shown, and we can enjoy it together. You know, all of us can enjoy Magic wins because it's something that we've all played a part in. So, it's really cool, man. I really connected with this city, you know, not only through the Magic and the play, but through the AU program and Jay Scissors and everything that we're doing in the city, the baseball team. It's really helping me connect and really grow with this city as the city continues to grow.
Yeah.
You know, building across the street, which is going to get amazing. Right. So really just excited about the future, you know, not only with the squad and for me and for the team, but to everybody in the city and for the city. And I think it's really going to be cool, you know, as we keep growing this thing. You know, I told you from the get-go, I want to see a parade come down on West Street.
We want that too for you.
Yeah, everybody wants that celebration. I can see it. So really just working for that and continuing to grow and be a part of the people, who've accepted me here in the Forest Side.
Well said, man. I think I'm gonna credit that. That's why fans love this guy. That's why fans love this.
All verklempt over here.
I love when the timeout happens and they're looking for Jalen and he's high-fiving courtside fans still.
Over on the other end, we're all at a timeout. We're getting ready to huddle up. Where the hell's Jalen? Oh, he's on the other baseline, high-fiving a guy in the fourth row.
You know what? They're fine. We'll wait. We'll wait. That's absolutely fine. This is great. This has been an awesome year. Keep it going, and I can't wait to see what happens when everyone's fully healthy. But I'm enjoying the heck out of what you're doing right now. I think this is really cool. The ball in your hands, and go beat the Knicks. That's always fun in this building, and have a great rest of the
We owe them.
All right, we do owe it. Yes, we do. We said it after practice today. That's right. I like it. That'll do it for this edition of Magic Pod Squad. See you next time.